Thursday the 11th of August 2011. Welcome along to today's United Kingdom Talk. My name's Chris Reardon. Lots of emails came in after the last show in which I talked about the recent riots that we had in London. Now on Wednesday we didn't get them because they put 16,000 police on the streets of London on Wednesday night. Normally there's about 4,000 or 5,000 police at any given time, but Wednesday night there was about 16,000, and that seems to have cured the problem for now in London. The thing is, how long can you go on doing that? You know, all this costs money, and I wonder how long we can afford to have 16,000 police. Certainly I was working. Did I say Wednesday night? I beg your pardon, Tuesday night. I was actually working Tuesday night doing a karaoke at Belushi's in Fulham. And on my way there, certainly once I'd got into the sort of centre, well, it's not the centre of London, but near the centre of London in Fulham, in the space of a couple of minutes, I had 2 police vans pass me and about 6 police walking on foot. And also 2 great big lorries with police and their horses, you know, police horses in there. So it was very well run, I have to say, and there was no trouble on Tuesday night at all. But, you know, how long can you afford to keep 16,000 police out at night? And they would have been there presumably till, I don't know, 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. Anyway, this has generated quite a lot of emails. First of all, from Sean. Hello, Sean thinks, I think this will have a knock-on effect about the 2012 Olympics, if nothing is done. I think you should become Prime Minister. Do you think so? I think your views and suggestions are sensible and would probably most stop the people from doing it. Quite worrying. I like London a lot. If the tourist landmarks get damaged, that will cause major problems. I hope this gets stopped, both in London and out of London. That's from young Sean. Yes, of course, I did say we didn't have any trouble on Tuesday in London, but it appears to have moved up to the Midlands and up north in Manchester and Wolverhampton. They had troubles there on Tuesday night. Hi Chris, this is from Peter. Hello Peter, who writes, all interesting points you made in the last show. The water cannons would stop, all of them hanging about the streets. Also interesting, the community service issue you spoke about. Yeah, I mentioned, you know, perhaps one of the punishments could be community service, you know, but not namby-pamby community service. You know, don't put them on a painting job, and if they don't turn up, let them go. Come down on them like a ton of bricks. I get sick to death of all these do-gooders. Oh, you're talking to them wrong, and all this old rubbish. And once again, do I need to bring up the human rights again? You know, the ones that scream it's my human rights not to have to do this and all that old rubbish. So, yes, I think the community service. Peter says, I think the community service issue you spoke about, had this discussion with someone earlier, that once convicted, they should be made to do community service in bright pink jumpsuits in the town centres that they live. So we all know exactly who these mindless thugs are. Yeah, I'm in entire agreement with you, Peter. I'm sure this is done in New York or somewhere like that, and it works very well. And why stop at the pink tracksuits? Can't we chain them together? Why not? Why not? They've ruined our city. Chain them together. Chain them together. And to hell with those human rights people. Tell them to shut up. I bet it would be different if they had... If they can you just imagine it? One of those human rights people had their house broken into. How would they feel? Are you going to talk to them then? Oh, you shouldn't have done that. Oh, I'm sorry. OK, on your way. No, you can't. Sorry is not good enough. It's not going to stop them doing it again. There's too much of that. Oh, I'm sorry, I won't yet do it again. Yes, you will. Yes, you will, because you're a toe rag and you need to be punished. Alan writes, they are not proud to be British and have no respect for the people in their own community or the community and should be taken out of it with a massive sentence when caught Bring back national service. They are out of control. That's another good suggestion. Stick them in the army. Why not stick them in the army? Eh? Those sergeant majors seem to know how to deal with such things, don't they? They really do. And so what if they get shouted at? So what if they got knocked about a bit, because they damn well deserve it? Stephen writes, I think they should not be shoved in the jail because it will cost the government and you more money to put them in there, and it will cost more in taxes. I think they should work in places like dirty jobs. Dirty jobs, yeah, could be part of community service. How about cleaning out sewers? That's a job that needs to be done. Yes, people do clean out sewers. Not a very nice job, but people have to do it. Otherwise, they'd get blocked up. What a brilliant idea to send some tow rags down there. Send them down there to brush the scum and all that off the inside of those pipes in the middle of London. Hello to Millie. Millie in Minnesota says, I'm addressing the thoughts put in this email not only to you, but to all the viewers and listeners of the show, be they regular, new, fairly new, or even people that might have stumbled onto it for the first time. Yes, a big hello to you if you've just joined us for the first time on the show today. Millie says, England has a big piece of my heart. It's been a special place to me from the time I was a little girl. But when I visited there in 2009, God, that seems like an eternity ago now, doesn't it, Millie? And met you and many other dear friends that I had over the years, I left a big piece of my heart there when I turned to the USA after my 3-week visit. My heart breaks for all those who have been impacted by the riots. I can't even tell you how many tears I've shed watching England burn. In fact, yet again as I type this, tears are coming down my cheeks. If there are any listeners or viewers who have been impacted through the riots, please know that my heart goes out to everyone and I pray that it stops quickly. I understand, Chris, why you would say that the internet should be turned off until this passes, and mobile phones, that sort of thing. But don't forget that the internet is also a way for people to tell their loved ones that they're safe if they happen to be out on the streets where trouble is happening. If any of my friends in England hear this email, and yes, Chris, this of course includes you, please be careful and know that my heart goes out to you. So thanks very much for that one, Millie. One more email here on the subject of the riots from Alan. Hello, Alan, writing in via YouTube, who writes, this is definitely organised by someone who has no respect for people or property. No way would hundreds and hundreds of thugs all appear at the same spot at the same time unless it was orchestrated by someone. Part of the problem with society is this attitude of must have. You must have the latest phone. You must have the latest clothes. You must have whatever anyone else has. I was born in 1943. I'm 68 and never had this much as a child. But as we were taught, what you haven't got, you don't miss. Like you, I do not understand it and think that I'm living in another world entirely. I have to stop watching television and the newspapers as I get so angry and frustrated by it all. Thank you for giving us your sane view, and it's great to know that there are people like you still around. Best wishes from Alan. You know what, Alan? I don't think I ever got into that must-have thing. He's got a lovely car, so I must have one of those. He's got lovely trainers, oh, I must have a pair of those. You know. Oh, he's got a great big house with a massive garden, I must have one. I've never been like that. I find it difficult. I know many people like that. I know many people like that. They must have, and you hear them all the time. I must have all the time. I've been very lucky, I've never been like that. Funny, innit? Any more comments on that? Send them through. You've got the email address, chris@unitedkingdomtalk.co.uk. All right. Don't forget you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/Chris Reardon UK. Finally on the show today, as promised, I'm going to show you a video as sent in by Zach. Okay, Zach has started doing his own little video shows. His YouTube channel is called the ZEG Log. That's TheZedLog, okay? So it's youtube.com/the ZEG Log. TheZedLog. And in this particular show, he talks about a camera and mic problem that he says he has, but it actually looks okay. So, you know, it's not perfect, but it's certainly watchable and listening to. The sound is fine, the sound is fine. He also talks about Torchwood and MasterChef as well, all right? Now, I'll try and do a show tomorrow, but it's a bit of a rush around tomorrow because I'm going in to see my mate Ron, and I actually have a night off tomorrow, which is rather very... I've got 2 nights off this week, actually, very rare. All right, so I'll do my best to do a show tomorrow. If not, I'll see you the day after. Here is Zach and his latest show. See you soon. Bye-bye.
Hello again, welcome to ZEG Log for this week. Now, I don't know about you, but I was rather horrified by the last Torchwood episode. Don't get me wrong, it was actually a really good episode, but the thought that, you know, the thought of how the producers think that the world would be treated if something like that would happen in reality, it kind of reminds me of Children of Earth a lot. It's, gosh, those thoughts just climb through my head. Sometimes it's a good thing not to know what's going on, sometimes. Anyways, I can see the ad playing on TV right now for the MasterChef finale, which is going to be tonight, in 5 minutes actually, at the time that I'm recording this. So I don't know who's going to get crowned this year's MasterChef. Kate or Michael? You never know, because you never know, because at this point it could be anybody's game. Seriously. Anyways, one thing that really annoys me is that they're screening it in 2 parts, and they're putting the renovators in between. I mean, who's going to watch a rip-off of The Block? I mean, you can watch that on Channel 9, like everybody else. Anyways, I'm hoping Channel 10 doesn't believe that I'm going to be watching the renovators while I'm waiting for the winner of MasterChef to be announced, because no, I'm not watching it. So, fail for you, Channel 10. Anyways, earlier on this week, I finally got my little doobie whatsies that can be used to record stuff from my camera onto my PC. It can also record TV stuff, but the problem is I haven't figured out how the software works, and even if I have, which I think I have, the computer won't encode it quickly enough, so it doesn't work for me. So, Chris, in response to your email, yes, I can use the camera and the microphone and sync it together, but I'm just too lazy to do it, so sorry. I'm just gonna live with this at the moment. It's not too bad, is it? And it varies every week, so anyway. Anyways, I'm going to pick my parents up this week from their little trip away from home for that long. Thing is, though, that they get where they're going at 7 AM, and I want to meet them there, like at 7 AM for the drive in the city. But that means that I have to leave home at about 3 in the morning, so that'd be fun. I mean, it's not something that I want to do, but I want to go into the city, so you can't have one without the other, unfortunately. So, all the same. Anyways, that's me for another ZEG Log. So if you want to contact me, just email me, the link's down there, or subscribe to my channel, add me as a friend, or the other one, comment on the video, that's it. Yes. Anyways, I'll see you next week. Bye bye.